Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Recently I've been using the Onyx quite a bit for doing T4 Darks, and I like to look at this ship and I've sort of fell in love with the ship a bit. I've used this ship for DED hunting before, and that is something I actually plan to do again. So we're going to go on a little journey right here. We're going to go on a journey through HiSec, and we're going to be using an Onyx. This is right here, Darky is the one that I've used for T4 Darks. And if we have a look here, we've got Blackbird over here, and this is the one I use for DED hunting. As you can tell, I've not used it for a long time because it is a bit dirty. But this is what we're going to use. I really liked it. Okay, we had a cool ship for doing the abyss sites. Then we have an ability to use the same ship, but for doing DED hunting. So like, say hypothetically, if I were to have some base out in the middle of HiSec, I could use the ship both for doing HiSec activities like DED hunting, but I could also do abyss running. And I think it's just also pretty cool because it matches my golem over here. If we look here, Ngoli, this one for Triglavian hunting that I've got. It matches it. You see here, same skin. I bought this skin for a pretty penny, but it is doesn't even exist anymore. But it is a pretty cool skin in my opinion. I think it's the best looking skin you can have on the golem. Okay, Onyx, Blackbird, let's go. Let me just check here that I've got all the... I want to check that I've got everything here. We've got the heavy missiles. I like using heavy missiles. Got some modules here we could use in case we want to refit to more DPS, something like that. Crazy kinetic resist, so we'll take no damage basically. Yeah, I think this looks good. The only thing is I'm a bit annoyed that we're not cap stable over here. Why are we not cap stable? 50 MN. 50 MN. This is 86 million. 129. We're cap stable with the Corelum C type. What about the B type? No. We can go with the Corelum C type perhaps. Grab this. 108 million as well. I feel like recently all faction modules have been going down a lot in price because they're a lot less than their estimated value. I like that. I like being able to have these slightly better modules that can actually make a big difference in certain activities. Be a little more accessible. I'm not saying that they should be like, oh, everyone should just get them for free, but what I mean is I like the feeling of being able to use these modules a bit more freely than before. So I'll actually use one of my clones right here. We are going to go to perimeter. I just want to see if I filter anomalies. I want anomalies. Dread Grister's hideout. Grister's hideout. I want to have 2 guidance computers. Have we not got 2 guidance computers? Because that could be good to have when you want to have a little bit extra application. I have got a missile guidance enhancer as well, so I think it will be alright. But preferably I would like to have a second missile guidance computer. Let's see if we got one in perimeter. Often the stuff is not available in perimeter. It's very unfortunate. Like, look at that, 450 million. Because right now I've not got any clone in actually. I've not swapped clones since I previously did the Abyss run in the Onyx. And as you can see here, probe launchers to probe stuff if we feel like it. Overall, the Onyx is a really good exploration ship for DED hunting. The reason is because if you're doing Garista stuff, it is perfect. You have so good kinetic resist. You'll be able to tank the 5 out of 10 so well. And the good range on the missiles enables you to just slap stuff really far away. Like, you just blaze everything with your heavy missiles, even though they're really far away. Doesn't matter, you just take them out real quick. And usually you do enough application to like one-shot stuff. And that's why I want to have more... Can I switch, please? I got the session time over here. That's why I want to have another missile guidance computer, just so I can make sure I can get a bit more one-shots. I've got the missile type in called Scourge Fury Heavy Assault Missile. And the reason is that it is quite a lot cheaper than the Caldari Navy. As you can see here, 1,000 of these is 800k ISK. 2,000 of these is 2 million. Okay, it's not a big difference, to be honest. Maybe we should go for the Caldari Navy. We'll go to Jita either way because I want to restock and get a bit more ammunition because we don't have a whole lot of ammunition. Well, you should have a bit better capacitor now, yeah, because I've got an implant in that improves my capacitor. But what I was thinking is that we could perhaps either this or this kinetic. I think we'll just remove the kinetic shield hardener because the kinetic shield hardener is only really needing like 5 out of 10s, otherwise we tank so good anyway, so it's alright. And if we go in the Jita clone bay, I actually want to swap to a different clone because there's a clone in there I want with high grade crystals. And it actually makes us shield boost even better. But also it has got some missile based implants that will help us have even better missiles that we've already got. So we're going to pimp out this Onyx a bit. And not pimp out, it's actually not such an expensive Onyx, but I mean pimp out in terms of the implants. So we can be a bit more cutting edge in terms of our Onyx capabilities. There's a game called New World that I used to play a lot and don't play it nowadays. There you had gemstones they use for like sort of enchanting weaponry, like you're in like knights and like warriors and this kind of stuff. You have weapons like swords, etc. And you could use these gemstones to enchant and get different buffs on certain weapons. And one of them was an Onyx. This Onyx is a type of gemstone, but it is also a type of bird as far as I know, because all Caldari ships, or most of them at least, seem to be based on some kind of bird. Okay, so we will use the crystals over here. Let's use crystals. So we'll get some really good shield boosting capabilities. Double click, double click. Thank you. I think we have better application now. DPS is the same. And then I'll just jolk up in Jita to resupply ourselves. And also swap out that computer over there. The Onyx is great for Caldari exploration or DED hunting. It works pretty smoothly. The only downside is that it can't enter the very small DED sites. I think they're 3 out of 10s or 2 out of 10s, whatever. I don't think they can. If we check here. The thing is in Caldari space, you do have max ship size cruisers. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can use cruisers. The thing is in the Caldari space, you don't really get for 3 out of 10s from escalations. You only get it from the scanning. So it's a bit more rare to find a 3 out of 10s. Funny enough, you can find the higher tiers a little bit easier. Or at least easier in terms of escalation. Missile guidance computer. Do we have any extra scripts here? Guess scripts. Missile precision script and missile range, so we have both of them available. Now we can go missile precision here. Good. I like to use the missile precision because stuff can be very far away, and then you've got the scripts that affect your weapons at all ranges. Because you could use a target painter, which could be an option, but then it won't affect when I'm grouping them like this or separating the groups. They won't really be affecting all the missiles. They'll only affect the target, which I'm using a target paint on. So that's why I think it's best to do this if I want to just spam enemies. Because in these kind of DED sites, or not DED sites, but I mean it is DED sites, but in high sec anomalies in general, you find lots of small targets. So I split up the weapons like this, and then I just rain hell on them, each assigned to a certain target. And if I then use these missile guidance computers, they're affecting all of them. It's not like where I have a target painter I can only use on one target. Oh, a hideaway just spawned. We could have done that, but it's alright. Can make our way towards... where should we go? Make our way towards Dixie maybe, because Dixie is also a decent system to go to since it has Serpentis. Serpentis have reduced kinetic resist, which is good for us. We do kinetic damage. You can see with these scripts active what is our application capabilities. Oh, we forgot to get some extra ammunition. We probably should have stocked up on ammunition. We've got some auto-targeting missiles, which are quite cool. We'll get some into Dixie when we get there. See what we got here. We've got a cosmic signature. Okay. Launch probes. See what we find. Hopefully 4 out of 10. But if it is, it's probably going to get run straight away since we're really close to G2. There's so many people flying in and out of these systems. Same way I base out in G2, many other people do. They're bound to come across any kind of cool signatures. Wormhole, yeah, we do not need that. How do I recall the probes? How do I recall probes? I don't seem to be able to recall probes. Okay, yeah, I guess they just auto-recall, but there should be a button because sometimes you can forget them out in space. Maybe you click here. Reconnect to lost probe. Oh, recover active probe. Oh, okay, I see. We'll go to the refuge. Activate scripts. Shield boost over here. We have our like cap intensive modules over here, and our sort of passive or long acting modules over there. Can launch the probe as well. I'm curious if we're able to one-shot stuff with the Scourge Fury, otherwise we'll switch over to the Caldari Navy. Okay, we've got a Gila over here. And I find that I usually outcompete Gilas with the Onyx just because the missile's doing damage quicker than the drones do. Oh, we locked that stuff up real slow. Pop them right here. Okay, good. Let's see now, maybe Caldari Navy is better. Gila's already on the case. Yeah, that's good. Poppity pop. Auto targeting can be an option as well, because then you start doing damage before you even lock up stuff, and that is really good. So we can put the probes over here. Start scanning the signature, maybe there's something cool there. So long time to lock up these guys, it feels really slow. I don't know what's happening. I think it might be that I'm used to using small stuff when I'm in these sites. These DED sites, or not DED sites, but anomalies. So maybe I'm used to just using a bit more twitchier stuff. I wonder what we'll find here. Wormhole, okay. Okay, so there's this button here. Moved it to a completely different location. Let's go to this refuge. See if we find anything interesting. Many times when you're flying around, like doing DED hunting, it's gonna be very unfruitful. And then you you really find that good site that drops a good drop. Oof, that feeling is so good. We will continue a little bit more here. Let's see if we can find anything interesting next time. But Hecate is probably my favorite DED hunter just because it's so versatile. Like, it's got so good application and DPS. So you just apply so good to stuff and just one-shot stuff so quickly, and you lock stuff up really quick as well. So for like lower tier stuff is really great. For higher tier, the Onyx is good because you can do 5 out of 10s pretty easily, and this, if you put enough tank modules, you'll have a good time. I mean, we've got plenty of tank against Guristas, especially if we want to really want to get tank. We'll have serious tank at 94% resist, then decent shield boosting capabilities with the high grade crystals. It's no joke. It's absolutely no joke. This thing will just chew through any Guristas, really. Probably, and it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not trying to brag here, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's able to tank a Gurista's capital if the Guristas do the same damage types in the capitals as the subcaps, just because of how much tank it has. Maybe I'm getting a bit too overconfident with that. Capital is still a lot for a cruiser to take. Okay, missiles away. Popped. Pithy Plunderer. I wonder which ship locks up quicker, the Gila or the Onyx. We can check here actually. Okay, he was taken out. Go to the hideaway over here. So we can check this by looking at sensor strength. It's 22.4. Gila 25. Okay, so Gila can actually lock stuff up a bit quicker than an Onyx. Or maybe it's larger values reduced to chance of being in town. You see it? Okay, I'm not sure. Oh no, it's scan resolution that affects it. So Gila has better scan resolution and gravimetric sensor strength. I'm a bit surprised by that. Maybe it's because we got a really good targeting range, because we got 100 kilometer targeting range. Maybe that's sort of the compensation. So instead of locking stuff up quickly, you're able to lock stuff up really far away. That could be an option, or a reason why it's the way it is, because they can't just put in unlimited amounts of technology in a ship. Next system. The really great thing is when you go into like DED sites, they do 4 out of 10s, that kind of stuff. 4 out of 10s is the most common thing when doing Garista stuff. You just run in there, just spam missiles in every single ship. It's so cool. You just go there and you just spamming missiles in every single ship. It looks really cool how you see missiles fly in all different directions, especially these flickering right here, flickering in all different directions. But the missiles on the Onyx will go crazy, and it's so nice. And at the same time, you're just tanking everything like an absolute boss. It's a really great experience or smooth experience. Maybe not the fun game, most interesting gameplay, but it is a very chill experience. If you're wanting a chill experience in the 4 out of 10s, Onyx will definitely give you that. Not got any cosmic sicknesses, unfortunately. Pithy Imputer. I would have loved to use a Skybreaker doing DED hunting, but unfortunately, it's not really that viable without a probe launcher. It becomes not the best to me. So you want to ideally scan as well. You're missing a lot if you're not scanning, especially when you're doing stuff like this where you're just attacking mobs endlessly or mindlessly. It's nice to be able to scan, because that can further increase your chance of you finding a DD site. And as you can see here, our kinetic resist is so good that we're just on our passive tank, we're able to survive. And this is not even a passive tank ship, but its basic shield regen is able to get through these Guristas. Now, not that they're very challenging, but it just shows how good resist we've got. 89% resist. You can think of it like basically 10% of their all the damage is divided by 10. Like they only do 1/10 of the damage because of our resist. Makes all our numbers 10 times stronger. Like this becomes 90, this becomes 800 with the shield booster. Now they do a bit of a thermal resist, but our thermal is also as high. So basically it is like 10% almost, like okay, it's 11, but 10% of their damage is done. So you take the inverse of like 89, it's 11 left. If you take 100 minus 89, it's like, say you have 75% resist, then the people doing that damage type will do the inverse of that, so they'll do 25% of the original damage. It's like they'll do the 75% will be just reduced. Pretty smooth right there, pretty smooth. We'll go to Hatomo. That Gila I think might be going on a similar route to what we're doing right here. Enable compact mode. Want to have compact mode is always good to have. Nice compact mode, so you can fit as many little icons and text boxes as you can on your screen. Love compact mode. I use it for basically every window, especially this one right here, object. I think it's best to use compact mode because the icon becomes a bit bigger, a bit more visible. It doesn't feel as compact, but it's a bit more compact. Grist is dead. Okay, that can be a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 possibility is there. 5 out of 10 is just perfect for the Onyx. I mean, it's a bit slow, but it is so smooth because of the sheer amount of tank you've got. Okay, activate all modules. Let's get to work. Grista's heavy missile battery. How many max lock targets do we have? 7. Classic 7. I'll lock over that destructor over there. Just use all our missiles and everything. So now we're taking a bit of damage. But then we just shield boost up a little bit, and it's fine. And you know, we're going to tank so much more when we're going the 5 out of 10s. Because then I'll use the 5 out of 10 fit to have a bit of a different fit for 5 out of 10. And what I do is I put the kinetic resist module that we had earlier in the video. And then I also put shield boost amplifiers instead of the missile guidance computer. I think instead of the 50 MN as well. So it's just... and even the cam battery. So you have so much shield boosting. Even though we just got a measly Pithum C-type medium shield booster. I mean, measly, it is a 70 million ISK module or something like that. But it is so powerful, and it's like one of the lower tier shield boosters. Feels like an extra large Pith X type one with how powerful it is. It'll be really great to get 5 out of 10. Hopefully we'll get a 5 out of 10 from this Gersta's Den. You just activate the shield booster. It's not like we need to save capacitor. We're not on the Abyss where you get newts. You don't really have any newts here unless you're focusing on Blood Raiders, but I mean, these are Geristas. The worst they do is ECM, and that is actually a bit annoying sometimes, but it's manageable. It is manageable. And especially since they made that change where you can, I think it's because the change was that you're able to lock up the ship that is ECMing you. It makes it a lot easier to like get turn the tables so you can finally take them out. Because when you ECM someone and your enemy ship is not able to lock back, then there's nothing you can do about it. You're just either permanently ECM'd or permanently out of the fight. You can't do anything about it. Pithum Nullifier nullifies you. I remember back in the day, I would do nullsec ratting in a Gnosis when I was an alpha clone, and it was before when alpha clones were not able to use battleships, so the Gnosis was actually the best ship you could use as an alpha clone because the skills weren't there to use anything else. And you might be thinking, well, you should be able to use a Praxis because I mean, you don't need any skills really to use a Praxis, but the thing is, alpha clones didn't first of all have skills to use the battleship weapons, but the second of all, the Praxis didn't even exist back then in 2017 when I was used to play. So it was something that I tried doing nullsec ratting in a Gnosis, and I encountered these nullifiers a lot. And these nullifiers are one of the more like elite or like more trickier cruisers that you can encounter out of the Geristas. So just remember these guys giving me a bit of a bad time. Okay, we're done with this den. Unfortunately, no escalation. We have got Gila over here who's accompanying us. And we can warp to the station and dock up here to take a bit of a break. But that's it for now. I think we'll continue next time and continue on our journey until we find a cool DED site. Hopefully it'll be a 5 out of 10, most likely a 4 out of 10. But if it is a 5 out of 10, it'll be really great because the Onyx is just so good at doing that. But if it is a 4 out of 10, we'll go around like an AC-130, launching missiles everywhere, wrecking the Geristas. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.